how sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up? It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. I don't know what's going on with the camera today. That's kind of one of the reasons why I was late. It's actually camera. Let me try adjusting the settings again. I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point. This is your weekly Thursday night a nerdy talk show where we sit back and relax. I say we sit back and relax. And hopefully by now you've poured yourself just a little bit of,
more specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
as we cruise into the weekend. It's bugging the shit out of me, whatever's going on with the camera right now. It's fine. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode today, as per usual, because you guys are here. And whatever it is you guys want to talk about, let me know down below in the comments. Of course, if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. Unless Rolando's here and he'll do it for you. Rolando's always on top of it. But yeah, it'll be a fun episode. I don't really have much planned for today, so we'll just, we'll kind of see what happens. We'll see what transpires as the show goes on. Actually, I just found a few topics to talk about, so we'll do that for sure. But it's gonna be a good time, and yeah, just happy to have all you guys here with me today. But without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, it is me. It's me. I am the problem. It is me. Yeah. What is it? I switched the lens, and all of a sudden it's like the camera started acting up. I turned off the camera and everything. So I'm wondering if there's just something wrong when I use this lens on the camera, because this is supposed to be like a wider view. Because as you remember, I used to have all the stuff behind me, and now I don't. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's bothering me, but I'm gonna try not to let it bother me. But yes, happy to have you guys here today. Actually, I'm gonna try to do something while I am thinking about it. But you probably need to see the screen because I'm doing the plugs. So you probably need to see what I'm looking at, if I had to guess. Just a shot in the dark here. We have nerdaffiliated.com, your one-stop shop for all things nerd affiliated. Find links to the live shows, to the pre-recordeds, to our Twitch channels, all that fun stuff. And if you want to listen to the audio-only version of the podcast, you can find a link to that there as well. Oh, it's doing that thing again where it shows like 2 Chrome tabs. I just wanted to show one. Boom. There you go. I lost my chain of thought. It's been doing that every time lately. I don't know why. But yeah, links to everything there. The weekly audio only, I'm just going to stare at myself as I talk. The tan going on that day, the leather jacket, the jorts. Come on. The shades. Award winning. People have been listening a lot to the audio only podcast. The listens have been up on a weekly basis. So thank you if you're one of those people. Maybe you watch it live. Maybe you catch the replay, or the replay for you is the audio only version. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. And then, of course, if you're more into the Ghostbuster side of things, we have therealnerdbusters.com, where you can find links to all our videos, photo albums, all things Ghostbusters related. If you want to talk to us in real time, Of course, you can hit up Nerd Affiliated on Instagram and the Real Nerdbusters on Instagram as well. And send us a DM. Why not? Why not? As I belch and try to cover it up by making weird faces. Let's scroll up and say hi to everybody. Wow. Patrick in the house. First one. At least on my screen, you're the first one. It's dangerous night to stream the Game Awards adjacent, but we're here. The Video Game Awards are going on right now? Really? People still watch that? Let's see. Video Game Awards 2024. Oh, yeah. Live coverage happening right now. I mean, I know people watch, but I mean, will we ever be back in the golden age of video games where like, and you know, maybe it's because of the internet. Maybe it's because of the internet. Let's switch screens real quick. 2024 winners and nominees: Game of the Year, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elder Ring, Final Fantasy, Metaphor. I think the only one I know here is Balatro because I think Sal was talking about that in our group chat, but otherwise got nothing here. I feel like because of the internet, we won't go back to the golden age of video games. And I'm sure there's debate. What counts as the golden age of video games? I'm talking about the G4 TV, Tech TV, IGN, GameStop, or GameSpot, Days, E3, all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Because I feel like we were all on the same page, and it was just like Xbox versus PlayStation. I think Dreamcast was kind of dying off at that point, but you know, the Video Game Awards at that point, big deal. E3 every year, huge deal. Everybody like rushing home after school to catch the coverage on G4 TV, and before that it was Tech TV. Like that was just like peak. That was peak. So I don't know if we'll ever get back to that. And the reason I say because of the internet is we have so many options for how do you get your video game news. Like IGN right now, I feel like IGN for the most part is like irrelevant. They have name recognition, and I think that's why they keep going. But I feel like people don't really go there for trusted news anymore. But you may go to your favorite YouTuber for video game news or a movie review. I don't even know if they do comic book reviews on IGN anymore. But back in the day, it was like, all right, I have to watch every day on G4 TV E3 coverage. I have to watch the Video Game Awards because I couldn't be on the computer because my mom needed to use the internet or the phone, and I couldn't plug in the internet. You know, like that's what we're talking about. So actually, no, at that point we probably had cable modem. Yeah, I think we did. Anthony in the house. Good to see you. Is it? So Archer is the man without fear. I feel like the chat loaded up out of order. I definitely have fear. Dave's Dimension in the house. Good to see you. And yes, happy birthday to Rambling Nerd. His birthday was at this point yesterday, right? I made the post this morning. So yeah, happy birthday, Rambling Nerd. He hates when we acknowledge his birthday. So that's why I waited a whole day to post his birthday. I regret nothing. Porkins in the house. Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Middle names. Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. Middle names. All right, yeah. He's not afraid of no fallen angel. Is that related to what you guys were saying before? Daring the devil himself. Yeah. T3 in the house. Good to see you. I feel like I've not seen you on a live in a while, so happy to see you. Glad you're here. T3's been an absolute savage with the hunting. Like being in that group chat, seeing you guys hunt like daily. Because it's one thing to see videos and people are like, oh yeah, I'm on the hunt and putting up videos, but like seeing in real time that you guys are actually out there like every day hitting up these stores, like I tip my hat to you. Did I say hi to Dave already? I'll say hi to Dave again. I did. I'll say hi again. Why not? Porkin said, I got a shipping notification, not happy, but it was the O-ring figures. Yeah. As a reminder here, for anybody who is not paying attention, the Ghostbusters Trap and PK meter HasLab still has not shipped for most of us. They said it would be coming fall of 2024. We all thought that meant September, October. Fingers crossed it was going to be before Halloween. Ended up not being that. And then they did a FAQ where they were like, technically fall is until winter solstice. So winter solstice 2024 is December 21st. So not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday. They have to get here in time for that. If not, they're liars. But it's like, ship the damn boxes. Ship the damn boxes. Ship the damn boxes. I want to jump in and talk absolute Batman. I mean, yeah, you could jump in anytime. I don't know anything about absolute Batman. You tell me. Probably getting my fogger before my trap. Yeah, that's true. Oh, did you order the fogger they announced? From Left Coast Productions, I believe. He's up here in Massachusetts. So glad Ectotech let me unbox his. Feels like we won't ever get ours. Yeah. Is it the whiskey? Today is not whiskey. Today is gin. And my favorite combo now is, well, I love this Liquid Death drink. The as LeBron Fett says, TV static in a can. LeBron Fett, where are you at? You haven't been here in a while. Severed Lime is the Liquid Death version of Sprite. To me, tastes like Sprite. Love it. And even though I don't really count calories, just so you guys know, it's 20 calories. But I like mixing this with my gin. It's great. Love it. So that's what I'm drinking today. Unreal Tournament. Yeah. Love it. You have to hold space IGN now. Yeah. IGN. Borkin says, I'll be home for Christmas. Trapped come home. Oh, singing like I'll be home for Christmas. Yeah. I don't know what the deal is, man. I don't. And I felt bad. I was listening to Extraplasm, the podcast, and he was saying how it's taking so long that he's going home for the holidays. And at this rate, by the time the trap gets there, he won't be home for the delivery. So he's got to figure out somebody else to go get it for him, and he won't be able to get the unboxing or do the unboxing until January. So I don't know what the deal is with Hasbro on that one. International orders are apparently being received. We see it on Facebook. Yeah, Malaysia. I saw Germany today. Oh, there he is. Rolando in the house. Good to see you. Everybody saluting to Rolando. The Universal Mod. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, let's talk about some stuff. Actually, I will talk about you, Dave, and I'll talk about Extraplasm podcast as well. Not necessarily because you guys are related, even though you guys both like Ghostbusters, but I want to talk about YouTubing for a second, content creating for a second. Let me take a drink here. Almost went down the wrong windpipe. Almost. Or the windpipe. Oh, you see in the house? Good to see you. So content creation. YouTubing. As we approach the end of the year and as we enter that cold fall period of time, I've seen a lot of YouTubers, creators, podcasters discussing the whole idea of, should I end my channel and my show? Extraplasm talked about that on this week's episode. Dave was talking about that yesterday. You did a poll today, Dave. Spoiler alert, I said continue doing it. But a lot of people have been posting lately about wanting to end doing YouTube and podcasting and all that stuff. And my feeling will always be for all of you who have channels and do this thing that you're crazy for doing, because I will say that up front. Nobody who does this on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, we're all crazy. None of us are sane. Actually, I remember I had a day. I remember this was in my last apartment I was living in, the basement. And Duffman, oh yeah, in the house, good to see you. With the mic. I had a day, and I couldn't tell you like when it was. I think it was pre-COVID, but I had a day where I was sitting there and I was like, why am I doing this YouTube thing? Like, why? Like, what if I do go for a job and people like look me up and they're like, who's this dude? I don't know. Not happening. Done. Or I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was when I was single, same thing. It was like, they decided to look me up. They find the YouTube channel, Instagram. They're like, nah. I was like, this thing could literally like ruin my life doing YouTube. And then I realized you're severely overthinking this thing. You're really overthinking this thing. You have fun doing it. You like doing it. This is before the live streaming was a thing. Because I didn't start live streaming until 2020, I believe. Yeah, it was during COVID. And I was like, you like doing this. Like, just keep making your videos. Keep doing your content. And the goal was to get better at it. And that became like the hobby. It was like, get better at doing YouTube. Because maybe one day you'll pop off. Because at the end of the day, you never know. And maybe that mentality in itself is crazier than the idea of doing YouTube. But you never know. You absolutely never know. And the one example I have of you never know is Joe Rogan. Ironically, right? The biggest podcaster in the world, Joe Rogan. If you've not done so, I highly encourage you at some point after you've watched the show. Or if you're on the replay, you can pause it, go watch, come back. If it's still up. Actually, I don't even know if it's still up. YouTube, Joe Rogan. Let's switch the screens here. Video, oldest. He took it down. He took it down. Wow, Justin Wren. Wow, I forgot about that guy. What I was gonna say was, go to the Joe Rogan podcast on YouTube and go to oldest and look at the first episode. Joe Rogan, episode 1. Oh, this is just a clip.
HD right now.
But isn't that like more bandwidth for people to download?
Yeah, but not when you have 20 megabytes,
Oh, but
crazy
it doesn't
internet.
affect them. It affects.
So this was what, 12 years ago, maybe 13 years ago, episode 1 of the JRE. It was shit. And the guy's like, I'm just going to talk about stuff in front of the camera. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to do it. And you fast forward, and now it's like, it is the biggest podcast in the world. Now, yes, he was doing Fear Factor at that point, already started doing UFC stuff. So did he have a leg up over most of us that do this? Of course. But he was like, I just have fun talking to my friends. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. And even in me doing it, we are now, I've been YouTubing for 8 years, maybe 9 years, but I'd say 5 years, seriously. I meet all of you guys. Met all of you guys. Most of you I would not know if not for the channel. Hell, Anthony, the Rambling Nerd, you guys know that he and I like peanut butter and jelly, right? Know each other in real life. Surprise, surprise. Aaron and Sal, I've met neither of them in real life, even though they're part of the channel. But Anthony and I met in real life before all this stuff, and didn't really become friends until this channel was a thing. When he messaged me and was like, I want to come on and talk about Batman or something. I think that's where it was. Louis in the house, good to see you. Henry in the house, good to see you. KO in the house, good to see you. Yeah, I was about to say, without this, you and I wouldn't be as close. Exactly. Like, doing YouTube, I've met so many of you, even to the extent that somebody I know in real life, I wasn't really that close a friend with until this thing. Because F it. Just going to do it and see what happens. What's the worst that happens? I suck and whatever. But if you have fun doing YouTube, if you, as EC just said, if you enjoy the ride of doing YouTube, just keep doing it. Keep enjoying it. And I know that it sucks that a lot of us can't do this full time. It sucks that a lot of us are not monetized. All these things are, especially imposter syndrome, a real thing. I know this technically won't be imposter syndrome, but you know, seeing somebody else get monetized that like started after you, or like you feel like their content shit or whatever, like it sucks sometimes, right? Being real, right? I'll be real I'm real all the time, I think, with you guys, but being extra real, right? It sucks. It sucks when you turn on YouTube and YouTube suggests a new YouTuber and you're like, who's this person? And it's like, new video was like a month ago and they're already monetized, doing the same thing you do, talking about the same toys, talking about movie reviews, comic books, whatever. And they're already monetized, making all sorts of money, and the subscriber numbers are, it sucks. It's a punch to the gut, right? Imposter syndrome is when you don't think you're good enough because of other people. But usually you're better than most people, I think. So that's what counts as imposter syndrome. Either way, it's a shitty feeling, right? And that happens a lot. A lot of us experience that. So I say all that because if you enjoy doing this, whether it's unboxings, whether it's talking to strangers, talking to a camera in a room by yourself, whatever it may be, if you enjoy it, keep going. It'll suck. If you got to take time off to go do something with your family, if you got to miss a week because you have something with your job, so be it. But keep doing it. Keep on going, because you just never know. Will we all be Joe Rogan? Probably not. Will we all be Mr. Beast? Probably not. You know, will we all get will we all get our respective channels to the point that doing YouTube is like a part-time job money-wise? Probably not. But if you enjoy the interactions and the feeling of like, I'm going to sit down, hit record, and I'm just going to talk about this figure and how much I like it, and I'm going to hit publish. If you enjoy doing that, keep doing it. Keep doing it. That's my message. F everybody else, all of that. Because everybody runs into those moments where they're like, I should stop. I'm not doing well. The world's out to get me. Nobody cares. We all run into that. But if you enjoy it, trust me, it's a worse feeling purposefully not doing it. You're going to feel shittier not doing it than you would feel shitty doing it and nobody watching. I wish I could find a way to make that rhyme so that would have sounded cooler. But there's my speech. There's my TED Talk. Thanks for listening. Now you need to do an extra pour of...
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, more beer.
There you go. Henry Resilient with the super chat. You are too kind. Here's a little motivation. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Funny. I was using an example of the JDF Austin St. John beef video I have, which is how Henry and I kind of met each other through that video. Random ass video. I was explaining to somebody at work how, ironically, coincidentally. I was saying you never know. They were like, oh, this person feels like they might be shadow banned on YouTube. And I was like, well, I don't think shadow banning on YouTube exists the way most people think it exists, right? For example, somebody as big as Joe Rogan that like YouTube knows exists, like people in the boardroom know Joe Rogan exists. Could they make a call that's like, don't push him on the homepage for like 24 hours? Sure. Totally. They could do that. Millennium in the house. Good to see you. They could totally do that. Right. But the average person, they're not like looking at your page being like, you're blocked. I don't believe that personally. I believe that you can make shitty thumbnails. You can have a shitty video, audio wise, maybe video wise. Your topic could be boring. I believe there's a whole list of things that can exist that cause your video to not perform well before shadow banning. And one of the things that happens is they go based on watch hours or watch time, right? If people or click through rate, if people click on your video, they're out of there in like 3 seconds. Eventually YouTube's like, in the algorithm is like, all right, people probably don't like this. They keep jumping off it really fast. Let's not push that. But maybe this other video, the click-through rate, people are staying in there longer, watching the videos. Let's push that video, right? That's kind of what happens. So I say all that because I was saying how, again, you never know. One day I'm sitting at home. I am watching something JDF related. I think it was around the time Boston St. John got busted or came out about him with a PPE or PP whatever scam. And I was like, I'm curious. I want to know about the scam, not scam, the beef between him and JDF. Where did this really start? And I saw the answers and I was like, I'm going to make a video about this randomly. I did a whole HeyArcher live, just HeyArcher podcast, which I haven't done in forever. I did a whole HeyArcher podcast. And then in there, I was like, I'm going to do a segment about my research on why do JDF and also St. John hate each other. Made the video, randomly decided I'm going to clip that part, put it out there in case somebody ever wants to see. And who knew? Who knew JDF sadly would go, people would decide I want to look into JDF's life, and then the shit happens. It blows up. That one video blows up off of I'll just try it. I just feel like doing this, Yeah, it blew up. That's again, I'm always going to say, you never know. If you have an idea, if there's a video you want to make, just put it out there, because you never know. That could be your best video. It could be the one that resonates with people. It could be a topic that at some point in time, and that's the thing too. The JDF video that popped off on the channel, I'm taking the whole podcast doing a freaking TED talk. The JDF video that is my most watched video on this channel didn't come out around his death. The video was 5-6 months earlier. And then at 5-6 months later, people are looking him up. And then that video eventually starts to trend. That's how it works. Sometimes it's not that moment. There could be a video right now that you made yesterday that a year from now pops off because of something that happens that is big in whatever topic that is. People start searching it. A couple of people watch that video. They watch longer than they watch your other videos. They watch for longer than other videos on that topic. And all of a sudden YouTube starts doing a little push, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Hell, this thing on Instagram, right? I think I showed this last week and I'll show it again. This Sam Wilson, video I dropped on Instagram, 5.8 million plays on it, 3.2 replays. I've reached 2.5 million accounts. I didn't like plan this. I didn't plan it. After like 1 million, I was like, oh, I'm going to run an ad on it. And I only got 360 views after that ad. They didn't do shit. But on its own, it was performing well. So Instagram decided to push it. But I didn't like sit down and like study other Instagram videos on this topic, or I didn't study any. I was just like, oh, I have this idea. I'm just going to throw it out there, see what happens, you know? And 1 out of 1,000, I probably posted more than 1,000, but you know, that one video popped off over everything else. Everything else doesn't really do that much. So you just don't know. Like, you might as well just keep making the content. If you enjoy doing it, just keep making it. It's going to hurt your feelings and hurt you in the soul more knowing that you're stopping yourself from doing it than it is to just do it. Yeah, that Omni-Man scene is legendary. Yeah. It's great. It's all true. Yeah. It was great. That shit was great. When that video popped off and we got monetized, it was great. And then we lost it. Ironically, with Mr. Falcon there. And then you guys all pushed me back into monetization. But here's the other crazy part. I wouldn't have met you guys to even help me get the push back to monetization if not for doing YouTube and not showing up every week and just like interacting with you guys and talking with you guys. And there's plenty of days where I don't want to do this. Plenty of days where I'm just like, F it. But it would bother me more to sit down out there and know I could be doing this, but I'm actively choosing not to. That would bother me more than just doing it, even if there's nobody here. Because in case a lot of you forgot, JB in the house, good to see you. Some of you, that weren't there in the beginning, there was plenty of live streams. There's nobody here. If you go back, I don't even know if I have them here. I probably deleted them for algorithm reasons. But if you go back to the early episodes of live, there's nobody there. Just talking to myself. There's a couple of them where I was like, at first I was like, oh, trying to like help people learn how to make videos. And I was like, oh, submit your questions and I'll like answer them on live. I wrote down my own effing questions and read them on live to nobody. But you just keep doing it. If you like doing it, you keep doing it. And at a certain point, you got to say, what is it I would want to watch? And can I make that? Ergo, those questions I wrote. So how do I do this thing? Oh, I should research that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to write it down and pretend somebody submitted this so I can answer it. Because I think that's interesting. Just keep doing it. So to everybody who's feeling it, especially as the sun is out for shorter periods of time, as we approach the holiday season, and at times the holidays can be very depressing because of family stuff. Usually it's family stuff. I feel you. I feel you on it. But if you feel like this thing is your calling, if you've made it past making 5 videos, making 5 podcast episodes, making 5 unboxing videos, if you made it past 5, there's something there. You enjoy this thing. Keep fucking doing it. Keep fucking doing it. Keep fucking doing it. Because F it. You just don't know. You never know. You never know. Figure Fever in the house. Good to see you. To be honest, there are times I don't want to do this. Sorry, I don't have enough time to watch everyone's videos. That's real. That's real. I can't watch everybody's videos here. I try. I mean, hell, Henry pops out like fucking 5 videos a day. I can't watch them all. But I watch a decent amount, and I like being subscribed, bell notifications, all that stuff. Did I say hi to Millennium already? I'll say hi anyway. What's up, Rex? We all try. Millennium had some questions on videos, and I was like, yeah, I'll help you out. I've asked other people here questions, things I don't know, but the thing is, we all ask each other, and we're all interested, and we all watch these things because we all give a shit about it, and we all want to get better at it, and that should be the goal. The goal should always be to, I didn't say it before, I'll say it now, or maybe I don't think I did, but the goal should always be your next video, your next podcast, your next unboxing video should be better than the last one. You should watch your shit back. It's become a thing to say, I don't watch my old videos. No, you should watch your old videos. If you can't get through one of your old videos, there's a fucking problem with your videos. Unless there's rule breakers here, like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan doesn't have to watch any of his old videos. He doesn't have to. Because you're all watching them. We're all, well, a lot of us probably don't hear, but most of America's watching the videos. So he doesn't have to abide by that rule, but I feel like you should be rewatching your videos from time to time. For one, you can see where you started from, see how much better you've gotten. But two, if you can't watch your own video and you think it's boring as shit, everybody else is going to think it's boring as shit. Legit. Fucking legit. I slowed down now to, I shoot 1 for 1 video per day on the Clips channel. There you go. Quality over quantity. Yeah. And they're great clips. Topic, point, answer, receipts, boom. Right? But Henry didn't start making videos like that. What's up, Marsha? Good to see you. Happy belated birthday to you. So always strive to be better. And I will say this to all the toy hunters in the chat. And some of you have been doing it, which I'm happy for. From time to time, take some of the toy budget, get some new gear. Be like, hey, is there a new camera I can buy? New mics I can buy? New whatever I can buy? Do that. Invest in yourself too. Don't just invest in these other companies. Invest in yourself, upgrade, and have fun. Have fun. So that was a long ass rant. How far are we into this? 38 minutes? Sorry. Sorry. Just do it. But take your breaks if you have to. Why not? Speaking of streaming, this grabbed my attention today. This is an interesting transition. Because I was so like, ah! Awesome rant, thank you. Did you send out Ecamm invite? No, the same one usually just applies, I thought. Here, I'll put in the chat. So if anybody wants to join, you can do that. Steve, you're my therapist. You're not going nowhere. You're my brother from another mother. Toys forever. There you go. Yeah, thanks. I don't know. I just feel passionate about it whenever I'm cooking, listening, but make sure you clip that whole bit. I'll try. I feel passionate about it because I know what it's like to have the feelings of like, this shit sucks. Like whatever I'm doing sucks. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's buying my stuff. Nobody's like liking it, resharing it. I get it. 1,000% get it. But the man wanted to join the stream. He's in the green room. We're going to bring up the man, the myth, the legend himself. The rambling nerd. There's his sneakers on the floor. Anthony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you? Feeling?
Great.
Hey, my sneakers. I don't even want to talk about Batman anymore. I just chime in and say yeah a couple times as you go on your TED Talk or whatever you want to call it.
Nerd talk.
Nerd Talk, TED Talk, same difference.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Probably.
I mean, hell, you've had that moment where you're just like, oh, is it even worth making this video? Like, nobody's going to watch it. I feel like it's just natural.
Pretty much see every video I ever published through you.
That's actually false.
One day It's false?
Yeah.
How is it false?
Well, you have some shorts that have done well on the channel. And
yeah. But I'm always surprised when it happens.
And you have the unboxing video doing well on the channel.
Yeah, but that's because the Ecto's in the background and those the toys are there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have to practice to get to the point that you can even shoot something like that with that audio quality, know what to shoot, know like cut this out. Hey Steve, cut that out. Like practice.
Should I give a behind the scenes T on that one.
Hang on, let me. I'm pulling up the video, so then you could do that. I'm gonna let the ad play. But yeah, go right ahead.
So that was fun to do. You know, only Ghostbusters stuff could get me to Dirty Jersey. I was very close.
I'm not gonna say where you live.
Yeah, well, I live in Staten Island. Who gives a shit? They're not gonna. my name's Anthony, and I live in Staten Island. There's 1,000 of us on this block alone. Good luck finding me.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, no, it was fun to go down and do that. But so you know, I just use my microphones are the DJI wireless mics. Second time I've bought these, by the way. I returned them once because it didn't work with my iPad. But anyway. And my phone, I upgrade my iPhone regularly for the sake of having a better camera.
Mm.
It's my only camera, and as a photography student, it's a shame. I know. Anyway, we were recording this, and at some point, I think because I guess I didn't shut off, like, I didn't put the phone in airplane mode because, you know, I had wireless, I needed the Bluetooth, blah, blah, blah. But somebody was texting me, and I think the repeated texts stopped the recording. Don't ask me why, but at one point we were going to move on, and then I stopped and I looked, and I mean, is Greg in the chat tonight? I don't think so, but no. Greg will tell you, I started losing my shit. I was cursing up a storm. We had to re-record pretty much the bulk of the video. So that was a fun experience, and it is crazy that it is doing so well, considering, as I just said, I lost this. It's take 2, and like we were done with everything. We had done the review, we had done the comparison. So that was all in all, that was a fun day, even though I had to go to Jersey.
Yeah, but
we were actually very close to your favorite person's comic shop. He's very close to Red Bank.
Oh, really?
So I should have like 20-30 minutes away, give or take.
Wow.
So,
do you want to spoil who that favorite person is?
Silent Bob himself, Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I'll give you a further behind the scenes story. So, I had a friend, shout out to Rob, he's passed. Back in the day, he and I used to frequent gentlemen's clubs. One of the last times I went with him after I got out of the Army, he's like, "Oh, come on, let's go for old time's sake." I'm like, "All right, sure." I don't know the guy's name, but one of the guys who's like the regular in his movies, and he's in the shop all the time. At the time, he had a gigantic bushy beard. I'm sitting across the thing from him, and I'm staring at him more than I'm staring at the dancer, because I'm like, I know this guy. And then, like, I think at some point Rob realized what I was doing. He's like, and Rob was a huge Kevin Smith fan too. He's like, "Yes, it's him. You're creeping out the guy at the strip club. That's not who you're supposed to creep out. Pay attention." I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry."
Don't creep out the other the fellow patrons.
Don't creep out the other patrons. Just creep out the women who have to work there. False. Don't creep out the women either. But
yeah,
I was just like, you know, your brain's just like, why would I know somebody aside from the guy I came here with here? Yeah. But anyway, now that I've alienated most of the audience, do we have anybody watching still?
Oh yeah, it's in Red Bank. Look at that.
Yeah. No, I've gone there a bunch of times. They actually, I honestly forget. I know you don't care for his reviews now, but were you ever a fan? Did you ever watch the movies and whatnot?
Oh yeah, Kevin Smith. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
So, the guy who was the in Clerks, who was like the one who comes in and he's like trying to sell Dante on getting into a gym and a bodybuilding routine. That guy, I'm pretty sure, is like, I guess, a contractor now. And when they moved the stash down the block to a bigger store, I'm pretty sure he's the guy who did all the renovations on the new stash. Oh wow! So, yeah, and it's cool. I've been to the new one. I miss the old one for nostalgia's sake, but the new one is cool. And you know, Walt Flanagan it's his store. Yeah. I think Smith has said that himself. He's like, it's whatever, but it's
name's on it for the sake of publicity. Yeah. No, I mean,
exactly.
My beef with Kevin Smith, I've talked about it on the channel countless times, but my beef with him is not with him as a person. It's not with him as a creator or anything like that. Spoiler alert, I was never a fan of Clerks, which I know is like that's always a problem for people. And I'm like, no, but I like Mallrats. I love Dogma. I love almost like everything else he's done. I just was never a Clerks fan. Like that didn't get me into any of this. My beef with Kevin Smith is his take on movies, TV shows, comic books. His take on everything is, well, I didn't have it as a kid, so even if it sucks, I'm going to say it's good. That's his like thing. And the moment where I was like, I'm out, bro. And if I met him in real life, I'm sure I'd fanboy out with the rest of them. So it's not even like I'm going to like front like I'd be, if I saw him in real life, I'd be like, F you, Kevin Smith, piece of shit. Like, no. I think he's a great person. But it's funny actually, the Joe Rogan episode with him I thought was a struggle because Joe wasn't as good at talking with people on stream as he is now. But anyway, my issue with him was that, and the breaking point was Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker was the point, the breaking point, where Kevin Smith did a podcast and he was like, JJ invited me down because JJ got back on set and got back into making the movie. He invited me down and I walked into like the final, battle, the final whatever, and I just wept. I wept. It was so beautiful. When you guys see the script or see the movie, I read the script, like it's going to be like, this is it, man. Like this is the movie, And nobody talks about Rise of Skywalker because it was that bad. It was literally that bad that nobody gives a shit about Rise of Skywalker. And I'm like, you as a professional filmmaker walked in to anything that was happening there and you were like, this is beautiful. I can't believe it. Impossible. Unless you're trying to get in to get your own work, to get your own stuff, to stay in JJ's good graces and all of that. So I'm going to try to find a clip. While I know you have something to say, I'm going to try to find that.
Well, no, I was going to say I got into him in Dogma. That was the first movie of his I ever saw. I think my brother took me to the theater to see it. But no, I'll give you that. He does like I don't listen to his reviews anymore. I honestly haven't even seen any of his movies anymore. Like I think I saw Red State was the last one of his. No, that's the lie. So the last like new movie of his I saw was Red State. Like that was aside from the New Jersey stuff. And then I did see the Jay and Silent Bob reboot eventually, which I liked. I still haven't seen Clerks 3, which I want to.
I've not seen that either.
Yeah, my other buddy Danny, he's a diehard Kevin Smith fan. He'd probably agree with you. I mean, I agree with you on what you're saying. The fact that the guy, like, I heard him say, I think on another Joe Rogan once, or maybe just on another podcast, he was like, well, because I think he said this like after he had his heart attack and whatnot. He's like, well, I just don't want to talk about things I don't like, which is fair.
Yeah.
And I get that. But I'm not excusing the fact that he said that about Rise of Skywalker. I'm not excusing it. The only thing I can say in defense of it, if I want to play devil's advocate real quick, maybe what he saw on screen, because we have all heard the rumors that movie got changed 10,000 times and that the final product, wasn't even what Abrams necessarily wanted. I don't know if we'll ever know the true story behind that. So devil's advocate, maybe he did see a version of it that we'll never see. And the only reason he can't say, hey, this is not what I saw is because he probably had to sign some sort of NDA when he went on set. So that's just the devil's advocate. But I don't appreciate that he doesn't have a negative thing to say, because I'm with you on that. He's not being like, not everything is that good.
Yeah.
I know you love The Flash, but it's not that good.
Yeah. Well, he got to write on it. Like, is he gonna trash the show that he was writing about? I'm gonna play this clip. I don't remember the timestamps or anything. It's been so long. And I'm pretty sure he was talking to the other guy in the video I'm thinking of. But this is a trailer reaction to Rise of Skywalker. Also, the views on this video dropped when I stopped yelling. So maybe I got to yell more from time to time. Let's take a listen.
Cover story of The Empire Strikes Back from like 1979, 80. And in it, Lucas goes, yeah, man, this is the second movie. There's going to be 9 of these fuckers, man. At one point, they're going to be fighting on volcanoes, Darth Vader and Ben Kenobi. I was like, oh, even as a kid. And then they didn't do it. Then one day he was like, I'm done after. Fuckers like, this is a consular ship. Where is the ambassador? Oh, Kylo Ren, man. Seeing Kylo Ren makes me wetter than Rey on top of a Death Star in the middle of the ocean. That looks like a Ralph McQuarrie design of a throne. Look at that shit, man. As the ship just comes up out of, is that ice or water? They got all the ships. I want all those toys, man. All the kids.
I mean, if we all think, and to Dada's point, he said the same thing you said about, you know, it was life-changing after the heart attack. But come on, like, that was not, no, that reaction, no, like, and to me, it seems so forced that's where I'm like, bro, like, like, a legit reaction is what we all want. It's what we all want.
Yeah.
But
and one other thing I want that Alex Murphy plaque wood thing behind him.
that is pretty sweet. I was looking at that too.
I'll be honest, I zoned out listening to what he was saying because I was like, is that what I think it is? I'm still so mad I didn't get. I was online. I was telling you and Mark about, hey guys, get ready. And then somehow I miss out the damn figure for the Alex Murphy with the ID card. That's like, oh, I'm so mad about that. And then you guys are like, well, just get the figure anyway. Like, but I want the ID card.
What year was that figure actually?
That was
that this year?
No, I think we saw it in 23 Comic-Con. Yeah, because I remember you went back in to look at it, and I was walking around with the pack, and I was just like, I'm not going in there again because I didn't have the hose was hitting stuff, and I was just like, eh. So I'm pretty sure we saw it at 2023 Comic-Con, the year of the Nerd Buster.
No, but like it dropped technically this year, so that could be.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
In the running,
we saw it.
Yeah, it could be best figure of the year.
It dropped early this year, didn't it?
January.
Yeah. So I forgot about that until I actually just saw the plaque on the wall. Huh. And now I'm hurt all over again.
I think you should still buy it.
Sigh.
I know that you need the autograph.
I know.
But
needs a strong word, but yeah, I mean that figure is insane. Like that, him with the hand exploding. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I want to meet I guess we did. Did we meet the guys who did it? We met guys who worked for NECA, but were they the guys who designed it?
No. So the one guy, Blaine, does marketing for NECA, and then he does something else too, but he's part of the marketing team. And then the other guy, he does the paint. The paint. I don't even know how to phrase this. Like he doesn't do it on NECA stuff. Sorry, he doesn't do it on RoboCop. But like on Turtles, for example, like when they're designing everything, he'll do the paint applications so that when it goes to print, they're painting to his specs and his design. So that's at the show. He told Mercado and I that this is Frank Buzo or something. He does all the paint apps for the turtle figures. So all the paint you see on the turtles and how they look. Mm-hmm. That's the guy who designs and does that, but he doesn't physically paint all the figures you get.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah,
but I do want to meet the guy who had a no pun intended, but sorry to say, I do want to meet the guy who had a hand in designing this thing, and the idea to actually have the exploding hand. Whoever did that, and I mean this in the best possible way, you're a sick bastard, and I want to have a drink with you.
Yeah, but real talk, this is what NECA needs. Like, and this isn't this is something that we've all thought about, but Toy Gains did a video first, so I'm gonna give Toy Gains the credit. But like this kind of shit, like this kind of nostalgia hit is what NECA needs to be focused on right now. I don't need another Elvira figure. I don't need Golden Girl figures. I don't need, I saw you roll your eyes on the Elvira, of course. But, I don't need Matlock. I'm sure if you made a Matlock, I'd buy one, maybe. But these random callbacks to some of these movies, this is the type of shit that got us into NECA. and made us love the brand. It highlights how great they are at human head sculpts. I mean, that's Alex Murphy all day. But
Yeah.
all the bullshit they've been focused on this year and in the last couple of months, I'm like, you need to get back to basics or else you're fucked. And it sucks that you're currently kind of getting fucked because you make good stuff when you're really trying. So, are you up to speed on that whole, I will like Bobby's World figures, but that's somebody, that should be somebody else. I love Bobby's World, but to me, like NECA needs to give us a refreshed jungle Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator.
Mhm.
Like re-release that thing or make a new one. You know, make a new. I was saying on the video I dropped yesterday. If you have the license to make Arnold figures, somehow, I'm sure it's expensive. If you have the license, give me a run of Last Action Hero figures. Give me a run of Arnold from True Lies. You know, and you don't have to go down the whole rabbit hole of characters. You kind of know what we want. We want the basic Arnold doing blank, but get back to these. There was never an Alex Murphy figure like this. It didn't exist. Make more of these kinds of things.
Yeah. By the way, it's still sold out on the website.
I believe it's at Best Buy.
Oh, well, let's go to Best Buy real quick. You were about to say, am I all caught up on what?
The NECA debacle.
Yeah, because of your videos. That's ridiculous. That like you screwed up and you sent me 2 things. I mean, now was part of this we need it back because we don't have enough to fulfill orders. Was that part of their thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, the threatening thing should not. Oh yeah. Okay. Wow. And it's $100. It's listed as. Sorry, I'm jumping around naturally. It's $100 on the NECA site still, and it says sold out anyway, and $35 on. Yeah.
But without the autograph.
Well, I mean, I'm not getting the autograph unless I buy it off of eBay for $200 probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is a great figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think I'm with you. Like the way they're handling it is screwed up. Like, okay, you're ask me for it back and say, hey, we really screwed up. If you don't send us the extra back, people who paid don't get it. I don't know if they said that or not. But now to threaten me about it, be like, hey, if you don't want to get it, we know you got this. We're gonna bill you for it, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's one of those like unspoken things. Like in them threatening, it shows that really it's not the end user that's the concern. It's their own pocket that's the concern. Somebody got it that didn't pay for it, and now I'm going to have to refund somebody who didn't get it at all that did pay for it. That's the issue. But they're trying to mask it like, oh, your fellow collector, though. Like, don't screw them. Nah, you screwed up.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll be honest, if I received the extra sewer layer, I would not ship it back. And the reason being is they already screwed me once before. So I actually sent screenshots to Retro J on YouTube, because he was talking about this, and I was like, oh no, like they screwed me over before. I sent him screenshots. Long story short, it's gonna be a long story. They did a limited re-release of Bebop and Rocksteady, and it was when they were doing a general like Turtle re-release of figures. So I ordered that, and I ordered, I think, another Casey Jones, like they come with a maskless option. So I ordered, I think, those 2 figures or 2 sets. Open up the box. It is like 2 Casey Jones figures and a Secret of the Use Shredder that I already had. And at the time, he was shelf warming at Walmart. So I was like, this is not what I ordered. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, like, I got these by mistake. Can I send these back and you can send me the right stuff? They're like, yeah. was like, great, send me the label. I'll send it back to you. They're like, cool. I printed out the label, put it on the box, ship it out. Crickets. Absolute crickets. I emailed them probably 4 times after that. And at one point I spaced it out by like a month. And I was like, hey, I just want to at this point make sure you received the box because I don't even know if you got it. And they're like, oh, yeah, we did get it. Oh, yeah, we don't have any more Bebop Rocksteady. We're just going to give you back your money. And I was like, I mean, at least I'm getting my money back. But like, fuck, I would have just kept those figures and sold them or something. I don't know. But like, or at least ship me something else. But don't leave me hanging. And I only got the refund because I kept hounding you about the refund. Not because you got it. Oh, excuse me. And you guys were like, oh, sorry, we got it back. Turns out we sold out. Boom. So at that point, I was like, all right, they can fuck with you. But other side of the coin, I ordered 2 of the Kino pizza box sets. Kino with the scooter. It came with like his employee of the month card, keychain, and a magnet. One of them didn't have the magnet. I was like, hey guys, I didn't get this thing. I literally like unboxed it on a live stream. Do you have any more of these? No answer from them.
Perfect.
Figure Fever, thank you. Figure Fever with the super chat.
Oh, thank you.
Replay tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Figure Fever. Appreciate you. So I emailed them, no response. Sure enough, I get a package in the mail. It says it's from New Jersey. Blindly, I opened it up, and it was it was on my desk. I had the magnet. So I was like, oh, shout out to NECA. They did me a solid. But if this thing happened and I saw those emails, I would have been like, no, I'm keeping this thing. Easily. You're not getting it back. We're done with that. So, I don't know. They got to figure it out. They got to do some real PR inner searching at this point.
Yeah. Same thing. In the same way, to bring it back around, the same way HasLab needs to get a firm shipping date and stick to it and not play games with, well, fall ends on December 21st. You know, everybody wanted this for Halloween at the latest. You know, like, come on. You had a year to do this. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. But hey, they just got your money. They just got the money on the last HasLab, so they're like, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, you read the book, so I'm curious. NECA announced these figures yesterday.
Oh, those? Yeah, I'm not buying those. First of all, personally, I don't think the Turtles, if you're going to sell 3 of them, sell Mikey also. Sorry, spoilers. Well, obviously, never mind. He's not there.
Yeah.
If you're going to sell 3 of them, give me the last Ronin as well. Like, and also, they I'm struggling to remember in the moment. I don't think they look like Jedi Turtles, like, you know, Force Jedi.
Yeah.
Or Force Ghosts,
like
rather.
all blue.
I don't believe they looked like that in the book. I'm going to Google real quick, but
I tried Googling it and I didn't see it. I'm actually going to look at the video that you dropped on our channel about it.
Hang on, let's see the last Ronin images.
It's going to be a race to see who can find it.
So I see one picture from Reddit where they're all 3 of them touching his shoulders, but they're all green ghosts.
Is that the statue though, or that the actual?
This is like a drawing. I don't know if it's a fan drawing. I'm still searching. But either way, yeah, like they didn't look like that, so it just doesn't make sense. And again, if you're gonna sell all 3 of them, it should be with Mikey. This way, you can pose all of them looking down on him, or you know, whatever.
Yeah. It's just like a random. It's a random version. Like it's not tied to anything.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? It got lost in everything else that's been going on this year. I never actually dropped my review of the sequel to The Last Ronin.
Oh.
So I can talk about that briefly now if you want.
if you want to educate us on
we can clip it.
Lost Years, is it?
Yeah, the Lost Years. I mean, basically, it's April's daughter Casey. At the end of the first, spoilers for Last Ronin and everything else. At the end of the Last Ronin, April and Casey Jones's daughter, also named Casey, created basically 4 more turtles. She had, I forget, I guess she got the ooze again, or she did whatever she had to do, because she was partly a mutant also, it was found out, because April hung around the turtle so much. No, that's not the way everybody's thinking, is not how come she's infected by the ooze, you friggin' creeps. But I saw that movie too. April became a mutant by proxy by all her exposure. And so Casey, her kid, is also partly a mutant. She's a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, a little bit whatever. So she creates 4 new turtles. So the book really just covers its flashbacks to Mikey and his time leading up to him coming back to New York to get his revenge. And it's also spliced in with parts of what's happened after the Last Ronin in New York. And like there's time gaps because she's raising them, the new turtles she's raising from children, and then I'm pretty sure when it ends, they're teenagers. So now you have a new generation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mm-hmm. And let me just say, in the Lost Years, where they're flashing back to everything Mikey went through, that man turtle gets the absolute living shit kicked out of him repeatedly. Like, there's times where like he has a couple of moments of peace here and there. He thinks everybody's dead. He's like, he kind of does the whole, all right, I'm just going to live quietly and reflect type of thing. And then, trouble keeps finding him. He goes from like Japan to, I think, Vietnam and all over the fucking place. And there's times he's sold into slavery. There's times he's like begrudgingly, oh, there you go. There's times he's begrudgingly, trying to like, fight whatever corrupt regime he finds himself in the middle of. But like reading it, I was just like, everything he's had to murder people. Like, and like, I think I said when I reviewed The Last Ronin, I was shocked to see it so violent, but like, he also was just like taking people out, when he has to. So,
yeah,
but yeah, a very good read. I don't know if they needed to set up a next generation of turtles, but they did. And, now Casey is the de facto Splinter and April is Grandma April. So,
yeah,
interesting dynamics.
I'm wondering if we all viewed, and shout out to Mega Dan in the house. Good to see you. Patrick said, "Dear Lord, that sounds depressing." Yeah, Mikey did not have a great time after.
It was a hard read. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I didn't do it, because half of the time I'd be talking about how he got his ass handed to him or how he's like barely surviving. There's one point he's blind. Like he's blinded. I forget how it happened. Maybe because he swam in toxic waters or he got, something to the face. But now you're like, oh my God, he was like, I didn't remember The Last Run. And I'm like, oh man, was he blind through that whole book? And I never caught on. But, like he just, he goes through it.
Well,
poor Mikey.
Looking at this image here, I feel like this is what NECA used to model those figures. Because especially looking at Donnie with the goggles there, I mean, I feel like that's what they use, and they're like, all right, this is the version we're gonna do. But did we all imagine the statue was what was not in the book? Like the statue that came out with the blue turtles, like was that not in the book at all? And we just all made that up?
Maybe it was an alternate cover or something.
It had to be something.
Googling.
Like, I doubt we all looked at just a statue and was like, oh, that's the definitive version. Let's see. Last Ronin, Turtle, Ghost.
Well, here, I'm going to send you a link. I'll text it to you, I guess. There is this alternate cover where they are all kind of blue. I'm texting you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there is that, but I mean, I don't know. Then they didn't fully commit because it looks like the shells on the front are in the statue. It looks like those aren't totally blue. Those are their normal brownish colors. So
Yeah. The other thing too that's crazy is they're charging $20 for their shipping on those 3 turtles. So it's
really, jeez.
yeah. Let me look at your text real quick. And we'll do a screen share once again. Okay, yeah.
I like Craft Collects. Yeah, Donnie took the technology with him to the great beyond.
Yeah.
Because that's what you really need.
Yeah. But you know, it's
I
crazy.
didn't understand the choice to make Donnie wear that helmet hat thing that you see him in that picture.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it was cool. They were in Japan. I guess he was just, you know, a man of the times. But
I guess.
like, good luck blending in. The dude next to you's a rat. Like, people are gonna know something's up.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that, you know, it's 9:30 already. We'll start wrapping. I think it's crazy that the NECA turtles as a whole are shell forming. Like, to the extent that like those turtles are still in stock, the ghost turtles. Last Ronin figures at stores are on clearance. Still available on the NECA site. You know, like it's I wouldn't have guessed that a couple of years ago, but I guess the nostalgia only goes but so far.
I guess.
Because like you read the book, you liked the book, and you haven't bought any Last Ronin figures, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But then again, I read it when I was still actively trying to fight collecting figures. So maybe now that you told me they're shell forming, I'll go find and buy the whole set.
Yeah. I mean, here you have Leo, Raph, still full price. Walmart is Donnie, Michelangelo before he was Ronin. I don't think they had Leo. Look at that. JB said they're $10 at his Walmart.
Staten Island is 2 ass backwards. We don't have a Walmart.
New York doesn't have Walmart.
Yeah, we don't actually. Now that you say it.
Yeah, they
why?
Legal reasons. They were stopped from going in because if I remember back in the day, it was kind of like, and it's not in the 5 boroughs. It's outside that 5 boroughs. Like I think Long Island has Walmart. Like Scarsdale, I think has a Walmart or something. But the idea was that if they came to the 5 boroughs, they were going to kill so many businesses that they stopped Walmart from coming in. But it's like there's so many other chains that are all actively killing mom and pop stores. Like, what difference does it make at this point if Walmart comes in? But no, I mean, it sucks. Like the whole, you know, sticking with the toy collecting thing. You know, anytime a company is like, oh, Walmart exclusive, it's a punch to the gut. Even for us that have Walmarts in our area, because it's such a crapshoot trying to get it. But if you live in New York City, like, good luck. You don't even have the option. So, yeah.
I'm trying to find. I think actually I found a Costco, and I want to say it's actually in the near where Josh goes to. Excuse me. I think the Walmart that's closest might be right near where Josh goes to Costco.
Oh,
so I might have to take a trip with him next time he goes there.
There you go. Well, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah. They're like down the road from each other.
Is it in Jersey?
Josh, when you're listening on the replay, yeah, it's in Jersey.
Yeah. There you go. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. The same one JB commented about the $10. So I'll ask you this final question before we wrap. If you were to give a top figure of the year, this is the year you started collecting, so I feel like your list is pretty fresh in your head.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your favorite. Like, it doesn't have to be your number one. But is there a figure that stands out to you as a top 5, we'll say, of the year?
I'll give it to the even though I didn't unbox it, the animated Spider-Man, the classic figure that I got, the one you had to tell me was a Walmart exclusive, I think.
Oh, you got the carded one? That's just him?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that's just him.
Yeah.
It's the same one, the same line where I got from the animated series. I also have Scarlet Spider and Ben
Yeah.
Reilly Spider-Man and all that. Yeah. So that one, I think, and then I didn't get it this year, so I guess my Batman definitely doesn't count. I've
Gotta
seen
have a
Josh's
hint.
Batman. I guess that'd be Josh's Batman can be in the top 5, even though it has issues.
And you're talking about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's again, same reason I buy most of the stuff. It's the toy I wanted when I was a kid, and maybe they did have a version of it, and I just destroyed it. But yeah, nice to have these things as an adult now, and just be like, oh, okay, they're there. I'm not going to lose it or destroy it. Play with
Yeah.
it to death.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it this week, like what would be in a top 5. I didn't realize Alex Murphy was this year, so I'm gonna probably include him. I'm definitely not gonna include Tatsu at this point because of obvious reasons.
Right.
But this Spider-Man to me, I would say makes a top 10. I think the fact that we finally got an animated series Peter Parker without Spider-Man suit was like enough to like give him a bunch of points. This figure loses points on 2 fronts. Actually, he has 3. One, it's not on a card back. So if you are a card back collector, you still don't have a maskless Peter Parker that looks like the animated series to go in your collection. So that's 1. 2, you had to buy the 2-pack with Smythe to get him. And this one actually did not sell out right away. So if anybody did want it, there was a couple times to get it. And I think part of the reason it did not sell out was because it was a 2-pack and because it was not on card back. And 3, it's not polo shirt Peter Parker. Like if you're going to give us animated series Peter Parker, it needs to be polo shirt. I've talked about it before where I'm like, they're going to release that at some point. They're saving that for a slow season to be like, this is how you're going to get him. But aside from that, I went downstairs the other day when I was setting up. I was looking at this figure. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, right now, number 1, spoiler alert for everybody, at the moment is the Ghost Rider figure from Hasbro. I think that was Dave's as well. Porkin says Joe Fixit Hulk with machine gun is his favorite. That's a beefy figure. This was the Ghost Rider, in case anybody forgot.
I'll do a slight variation of the question to you. Do you have a favorite, not figure, but toy you've bought, like prop or anything else that's not an action figure so far for this year?
Not an action figure that I bought this year.
I feel like you buy a lot of action figures, but like, you have all your shields and stuff. Did you buy anything like that this year?
If the where is Google? Lightning Collection Legacy Morpher release last year. I was gonna say that would be my favorite prop as far as similar to the Ghost Rider. I would say the cost for what you're getting, I feel like, is up there. So I mean, at the moment, I'm gonna say, if we're talking again non-toy, I would say the Hasbro Spengler wand would be up there.
Okay.
Because it, again, costs, whenever I make my choice of like a figure of the year, in this case, prop of the year, I factor in cost in that. And the fact that Hasbro did a repaint essentially for less money than the original release. And this is the version that we all wanted anyway. It gets a lot of extra points. I just purchased the other one. Oh, sorry. I just purchased another one. So now I've bought 6 of these on sale for $84. So this wand for $84, even if you're just like moderately a Ghostbuster fan, I think is huge. Great deal. But I don't know. I mean, I finally have hung up my Captain America shields, and they're pretty good quality. I've not really had one in hand outside of seeing yours. But even at Comic-Con, I don't remember if I like held it to see the weight and stuff, but it's good quality.
Yeah. I think that actually probably is the first. I got that when you still worked at Best Buy. I think you got me the hookup. So that really is my first venture into this modern collecting stuff. And then I took a hiatus, and here we are now.
Yeah.
Waiting for HasLabs. I'm waiting for the symbiote Spider-Man with the disc thing from Hasbro.
Yeah. Again, crazy that it's been in store for the longest time, but you still don't have it in hand from the actual manufacturer.
Actually, I know we're wrapping up. Let's see, what am I waiting on from Hasbro? That might be it. Just the two HasLabs. Oh wow, the Kane Marvel Legends is sold out. So is Chameleon.
I was shocked Kane sold out.
Yeah, and that Spider-Man Unlimited toy, like that series was so bad. I'm shocked anybody bought that. I'm shocked anybody wants to remember that.
I wanted to buy it out of nostalgia of like, oh, that was a show in that period of time that I watched, even though it wasn't the best one. Just catch up on the comments real quick. So Dave said the Ghost Rider was great. Alex Murphy and 1/6 scale Mondo Gambit. He just unboxed that yesterday. It looks pretty sweet. I feel like those Mondo figures though, if those things were like $150, they would be, I'd be in trouble. But at $225 on the low end, I'm like, and you need the whole X-Men team. Porkin said his MIB Red Neuralizer and Noisy Cricket. That's pretty cool.
Ooh,
that's pretty.
I gotta watch that.
It's on his Instagram.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you. Hands down, J&D Superman statue is my favorite of 2024. Yeah, that one's pretty sweet.
That's a good statue.
Lightning Collection is the new Bruno. We don't talk about it. What do you mean Bruno though? Like,
yeah, I don't get it.
Is the new Bruno? Dropped 1,300 on Men in Black this year. Wow. Well, he cosplays as Men in Black, so that's why that's been his thing. Nostalgia hands.
Right.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I mean, if I go based on one of my criteria as well, is like, is it something that's on my desk that I don't plan on moving off my desk? I mean, arms aside, this head sculpt's amazing.
Yeah.
Great texture.
Honestly, I saw that yesterday. I'm debating getting the two of them now.
Yeah. If you can find them. That's the thing too. Like they're actually selling very well. The more I look at these Thor arms, I think they are slightly too big, but they're a good placeholder until I could find, a sleeveless Hugh Jackman, not for $24.
Yeah.
This one also like not bad. Textures, articulation, accessories. So Hasbro, they do a good job for as much shit as we give them. Anything else before we wrap?
I am finally editing, and it'll take me less than 25 hours cumulatively. I just have a lot of shit going on, but I'm finally editing the finale of the Tom Taylor run on Nightwing. That should be out. I'm going to try to bang it out and release it for sometime tomorrow, but this weekend at the absolute latest. And then I have to talk about Absolute Batman, because there's a couple things in it where you're like, oh, what the fuck? But it's a solid story. I like that. Of course his name escapes me, but the writer, 2 seconds, absolute Batman writer, Scott Snyder. Yes, I'm there for Scott Snyder's Batman.
That guy.
That guy. But no, the 2 issues have come out. I'm enjoying both of them so far. It's an interesting, the whole absolute world. That's like a head scratcher, which they're supposed to be, I guess, because like slight spoiler, I guess, like Darkseid may or may not be God in that universe, like God. So interesting to see where all that goes. And it's interesting also, or nice also, that they didn't try to wipe out the DC universe again. This is just like another alternate universe. So lots more comic reviews coming. And then I guess eventually we're going to have to start thinking about Comic-Con 2025.
Yeah. True.
So speaking of, you're working on something in that area.
For Comic-Con?
Or you should be. Yeah, aren't you?
The video?
Yeah.
Oh, the video recapping 2024?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like thinking of a cosplay. I'm like, I'm working on a cosplay for 20.
No, well, I mean, we all are kind of, but no, sorry, the video.
The video,
Working on
yeah.
video.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to record that this weekend. I have the two in the box allegedly shipping. But I also ordered a new ribbon cable for my pack from GB1. I ordered it on Etsy about a month ago now, and it's still not here. So at some point that'll get here, I guess. We shall see. But yeah. Thank you, sir, for joining me on stream tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you everybody else who joined as well. I assume you guys are all seeing Craven this weekend, so enjoy that movie. And as I wrap this episode, you didn't find the need to throw in my face that I'm now a fan of The Boys. So I'll say it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm now all in on The Boys, thoroughly enjoying my binge of The Boys. I'm on season 3 right now, so yeah, it's good.
Enjoy. There's nothing like the first time.
Yeah. HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15 p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. I'm going to keep saying it. Nerdy Coffee will be back at some point in time. We'll figure it out. Who knows? But more videos are dropping here. Anthony's comic reviews, our Comic-Con review, discussion, and more unboxings, of course. Thank you everybody who joined today. Thank you to Super Chats. We had Henry with a Super Chat, and we ended up having Figure Fever with a Super Chat. So make sure you guys all subscribe to those two guys. Like, comment, subscribe to here, and I'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. Don't stop making videos. I'm out of here.
vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer. Huh? What? Huh?
Yeah, come on, push a button. Push a goddamn button.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.